Alright, we can knock off one thing on the Camaro project. We have a brake booster, we have a brake master cylinder, and they are connected to the brake pedal. My little thing I made yesterday, it worked. It's actually the right length. I have a lot of engagement onto the rod that comes off the brake booster, which is great. In between here, there's an adjustment rod, so they both engage quite well. I did have to hammer this in a little bit because we only had this loosely in place. And yeah, now that it's bolted in, it fits in right. I probably hammered it up a little bit. But now we're dicking around with the wiper motors. We've had to take all this shit apart because we had to take this cover piece off, which then meant we had to take the linkages off to get this front cowl piece off, which did come off in one piece, which is great. Always worried with old plastics with a bunch of plastic little vent grills in them. It all can go horribly wrong, which it didn't. Only one plastic clip broke off there. But anywho, we had to take these guys off, which if you saw our short, the What the Fuck GM, you'll see how these come off. It's just a little lever you pull out, and yeah, that way. Sorry, and then that holds it on to a little lip on there, and same thing on this side, except when I pried this one, the rivets weren't really holding the plate in, so it didn't really get held in. They're kind of a pain in the ass to get off because there's no real room to pry. You've got to get on that little bit around there, and they're splined. This one was a particular pain in the ass because I couldn't really get in here. I got a little bit of a crystal cracky there on the windshield, which sucks, but this windshield is pretty dicked in its little pits and stuff from welding and grinding and hitting the windshield. But if it cleans up fine, I won't worry about the crack till it becomes a big deal, and then we'll deal with it then. But yeah, so I'll show you the old wiper motor and its shenanigans. Oh, this is part of it here. So the issue we're having is that this is an all-in-one type thing. It's got a wiper, or the washer fluid pump, sorry, I'll focus on here, that attaches. So you have your in and your out. Then you have your, I guess, location controller here, and that goes up and down and makes a contact. There's a bunch of stuff on the other side that I don't want to get into because we're not going to use it. We basically have 3 wires that come off. I could power one and ground the other, and I could get a slow speed or a high speed. If I power the motor directly, it would only open the wipers just enough to get them off the rest position, and then it wouldn't go into full sweep. If we started pulsing the ground or varying the voltage to this, I would get a fast or a low speed. So it's really becoming a big pain in the ass, which I don't want to re-engineer this. So we're going to go to an auto wrecker and find one that is a little bit simplified and maybe a 6-pin or 5-pin connector. So I can have, I don't really care for intermittent. It's nice, but it's not a big deal. But we'll have a slow, fast, off, and a rest position. And we'll wire it off the switch. It'll be easy. It'll be done. I mean, I could even go with just fast or off. In this car, it's not that big of a deal. In the rain, I mean, the T-tops are going to leak so much that, I mean, everything's going to be wet. Front side and back side of the windshield. So maybe we'll just go windshieldless. But yeah, that's where we're at. So it's going to be a little bit till I can get to the auto wrecker. But if you have any wiper motors you know that will fit on this, or some that are real powerful, comment down below. And I'll see what my local auto wrecker has for options. We're thinking we'd either go with a Hyundai one so we can have parts from all across the world on this car, or maybe a good old Honda one because it'll probably be nice and compact and run forever. But yeah, that's where we're at. Smell you later.